Hello, passionate Celtic FC fans. This is Celtic Central News, your exclusive source for Celtic updates. Before we kick off, we appreciate the incredible support. If you love Celtic, subscribe now, hit like, and let's build this community together. Now, onto the latest news. A warm welcome to new subscribers. Your support is crucial. Hail, hail. All right, folks. Grab your green and white scarves because what's buzzing across Glasgow right now is nothing short of unbelievable. Word on the street is that the Celtic board has pulled off a move that no one, and I mean no one, saw coming. We're talking about Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. Yes, that Neymar, possibly trading in the beaches of Brazil for the roaring stands of Celtic Park. Imagine that. The Brazilian superstar, known for his flair, his step-overs, and that world-famous smile, now being whispered as the next big signing for the boys. At first, it sounded like one of those wild rumors you scroll past on social media, but as the hours go by, the talk's getting louder. Some sources claim that Neymar's representatives have actually been in talks with the Celtic hierarchy, and apparently, the vibe's been positive. The idea of Neymar walking out onto the pitch in front of 60,000 Celtic fans singing, "You'll Never Walk Alone," has the football world losing its mind. After years of dazzling Europe with Barcelona and PSG, could Neymar really bring his Samba magic to Scotland? It feels surreal, but if this happens, it might just be the boldest transfer in Scottish football history. Now, let's be real. The idea of Neymar at Celtic isn't just about football, it's about rewriting narratives. Think about it. A player of Neymar's caliber, a global superstar, leaving the luxury and glamour of the Big Five European leagues to join the Scottish Premiership? That's more than just a signing. That's a statement. Celtic's been dominant domestically, no doubt, but European nights have always been where the club seeks validation. Bringing Neymar in would change everything. Sponsorships, shirt sales, international attention, and the energy in Glasgow. People say Neymar's looking for a project that reignites his passion, somewhere he can be more than just a star, a leader, a legacy builder. Maybe Celtic's charm, the history, the emotional pull of the fans, is exactly what he's after. The board's been ambitious lately, looking to expand Celtic's global brand, and who better to carry that flag than Neymar himself? It's audacious, risky, and maybe even a little mad, but sometimes football's best stories are born out of madness. Could this be one of them? And let's not forget the footballing side of things. Neymar in Celtic's midfield or cutting in from the wing under Brendan Rodgers' system. That's the stuff of dreams. The team already thrives on high-intensity pressing and fluid attacking transitions, but Neymar would add something else entirely. Unpredictability, creativity, and that Samba flair that makes defenders second-guess every move. Imagine him linking up with Kyogo, Maeda, and O'Reilly, orchestrating attacks with that trademark vision and precision. The tactical possibilities are endless. Of course, there'd be challenges too. The physicality of Scottish football, those cold winter nights in Dingwall, and the expectation that he'd need to adapt quickly. But Neymar's no stranger to challenges. He's been under the spotlight since he was 16. If anything, this move could be a fresh chapter, a chance for him to silence critics who've said he's lost the hunger. And let's face it, Celtic fans would adore him from day one. They appreciate heart, flair, and commitment, and Neymar's got all three when he's in the right headspace. Financially, the deal seems insane at first glance, but when you break it down, it's not entirely impossible. Celtic have cash reserves, strong commercial appeal, and European revenue streams that could be leveraged for something extraordinary. Reports, unconfirmed but juicy, suggest that Neymar's camp might be willing to accept a wage structure that includes performance bonuses, image rights deals, and perhaps even partial sponsorship involvement. That would make this move financially strategic rather than reckless. And then there's the media angle. Think about it. Every camera from ESPN to Sky Sports would be pointing at Celtic Park. Every press conference would trend worldwide, and Celtic's global visibility would explode overnight. For Neymar, it's a chance to rebuild his image after years of injuries and off-field noise. For Celtic, it's the golden ticket to the global stage. Even rivals in England would be watching in disbelief, wondering how on earth Celtic pulled this off. Sometimes, football business isn't about logic, it's about impact. And this, if it happens, would shake the sport to its core. Fans, of course, are split right now. Some are buzzing with excitement, imagining Neymar celebrating in front of the Green Brigade, arms outstretched, fireworks in the background. Others are more cautious, asking whether it's just another publicity stunt or a genuine sporting decision. They remember past stars who came to Scotland and struggled to adapt, and they're wary of seeing the club's philosophy shift too much toward glamour. But the overwhelming feeling is curiosity. What if it really happens? The supporters who've followed Celtic through thick and thin know the magic of the club, the way it connects players to something bigger than themselves. If Neymar walks through those doors, he won't just be another transfer. He'll be stepping into a culture of passion, pride, and history. And if he buys into that, the fans will back him like no one else. Glasgow has a way of turning skeptics into believers, and Neymar might just find that fire again under those floodlights. Right now, though, it's still whispers. There's no official statement, no leaked photos of Neymar in a Celtic jersey, just murmurs growing louder by the hour. Some journalists close to the Brazilian press say his camp's exploring multiple options, with Celtic surprisingly near the top of the list. Others believe it's all part of a clever PR game to raise his stock before another move. But if even half of these rumors hold weight, we could be witnessing the beginning of one of football's most shocking transfer sagas. It's the kind of story that makes you refresh your feed every 5 minutes, hoping for confirmation. For now, it's pure speculation. But in football, speculation has a funny way of turning into reality overnight. So, Celtic fans, maybe keep your eyes peeled and your notifications on, because if Neymar truly lands in Glasgow, this city won't sleep for weeks. The world will be watching, and the noise from Celtic Park might just echo all the way to Rio. The story's not cooling down. In fact, it's getting wilder by the minute. New murmurs are swirling that Neymar himself has spoken privately about wanting a different kind of challenge, something raw, emotional, and away from the spotlight of mainstream European football. Some insiders claim he's been following Celtic's journey since their last Champions League run and was moved by the passion of the fans. Imagine that, one of football's biggest stars drawn to the purity of a club defined by heart, loyalty, and community. It's poetic in a way. Neymar's career has always been a blend of genius and chaos, flashes of brilliance overshadowed at times by controversy. Maybe this is his chance to reclaim the narrative. At 33, he's still got the legs, the skills, and the charisma. And what better way to remind the world of his love for the game than to do it in a place where football still feels sacred? The idea might sound romantic, but that's exactly why it's capturing everyone's imagination. Celtic's about spirit, and Neymar's story has always been about expression. Maybe, just maybe, those two things are meant to collide. Behind the scenes, there's talk that Celtic's management is cautiously optimistic. They know what a move like this could mean, not just for the team, but for Scottish football as a whole. The board's reportedly exploring creative financial frameworks, possibly involving co-sponsorships and partnerships with South American brands keen on entering the European market. If Neymar joins, it's not just a player signing, it's a global collaboration. Sources from Brazil hint that a well-known sportswear company might even be part of the negotiations, seeing the potential to turn Celtic into a global lifestyle brand. The club CEO is said to be leading discussions personally, ensuring everything aligns with Celtic's values and long-term goals. Of course, the skeptics are loud too, analysts questioning whether it's sustainable, pundits debating if Neymar's temperament fits the team's disciplined ethos. But Celtic have never shied away from ambition. They've built legends before, from Larsson to Nakamura, and maybe it's time for another chapter. Football's about moments, and this could be the one that redefines an era. If we think tactically, the prospect of Neymar in green and white is mouth-watering. Rodgers could deploy him as a floating playmaker, allowing him the freedom to drift between lines, pull defenders out of position, and create chaos. With his vision and close control, Celtic's transitions could become electric. Imagine Neymar threading passes behind defenses, unlocking spaces even the most compact teams can't guard. His experience in high-stakes matches, World Cups, Champions League finals, Copa Libertadores, would bring invaluable leadership to a young, hungry squad. Players like Matt O'Reilly and Dyson Maeda could thrive off his creativity, learning from one of the most technically gifted players of his generation. And don't forget the psychological factor. Opponents would approach Celtic games differently, giving the team more space and respect on the ball. The Scottish Premiership would see a level of flair rarely witnessed before. Sure, it's still just talk, but thinking about Neymar's style blending with Celtic's attacking DNA makes even the most grounded fan dream. It's football as art, and art's always worth dreaming about. Still, there's an elephant in the room: the weather and the culture shift. Neymar spent most of his career under sunshine: Barcelona, Paris, Rio. Could he handle the cold winds of Glasgow, the relentless rain, and the intensity of Scottish fans demanding 100% every match? That's where his mindset comes into play. Those close to him say he's matured, that he's looking for something authentic, something that reminds him of why he fell in love with football in the first place. Celtic could offer that: the community, the connection, the sense that every goal means something. And honestly, if he embraces it, the fans will give him back more love than he's ever known. Remember when Henrik Larsson came and stayed? It wasn't about money or fame. It was about belonging. Neymar might just crave that feeling again. The cold won't matter when you're warmed by 60,000 voices chanting your name. Glasgow's not for the faint-hearted, but for a fighter with flair, it's the perfect stage to be reborn. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. Now, imagine the ripple effect across Scottish football. Neymar's arrival would lift the entire league's profile overnight. Every ground he plays at would sell out. TV rights would skyrocket, sponsors would flood in, and suddenly the world would be watching matches between Celtic and St Mirren with the same anticipation as a Premier League fixture. Kids across the UK, maybe even across Brazil, would start wearing Celtic shirts again. It'd be a cultural moment, one that transcends sport. And that's the power of a name like Neymar. He's not just a player. He's a movement, a spectacle. For a league that's often overlooked, this could be a renaissance. Of course, it'd also put pressure on rivals like Rangers to respond, sparking a new era in the old firm rivalry. Imagine a derby where Neymar's facing off under the floodlights of Ibrox. Tension, passion, chaos. That's the kind of drama football lives for. Whether it's a rumor or a reality, this story's already rewriting Scottish football's narrative. So where does that leave us? Waiting, refreshing, hoping. It's the calm before the storm, and everyone's just bracing for the next headline. Maybe by tomorrow, the rumor dies. Maybe it explodes. But one thing's for sure: the thought of Neymar in a Celtic kit has already set imaginations alight. It's more than transfer talk. It's the reminder that football's still a game of dreams. No matter how corporate or predictable the sport gets, stories like this keep its soul alive. Because deep down, every fan believes in magic, in that one impossible move that changes everything. If Neymar really walks through those Celtic Park gates, it won't just be a signing. It'll be a moment etched in football folklore. Until then, the whispers keep growing, the speculation keeps spinning, and somewhere out there, Neymar might just be smiling, knowing he's once again got the football world talking. The rumor's alive, and Glasgow's heartbeat has never sounded louder. The effect on supporters has been immediate and palpable, with Celtic fans experiencing a surge in optimism and pride following Mourinho's statements. Online communities are abuzz with analysis, memes, and fervent debate, dissecting every element of the manager's praise and envisioning scenarios where Celtic could dominate the league. Rumors suggest that ticket sales, merchandise demand, and social media engagement have all seen a noticeable uptick, fueled by the validation from such a high-profile football figure. Pundits note that this fan enthusiasm may translate into a stronger home advantage during matches, where vocal support can influence momentum, intimidate opponents, and contribute to overall team performance. Moreover, the narrative has attracted casual observers who might not typically follow Scottish football, expanding the club's profile internationally. This heightened attention feeds into a cycle of perception and reality, where external belief can motivate internal performance, a phenomenon football psychology often highlights. The combination of Mourinho's endorsement and the club's recent form is creating a season-long story arc that merges sport, personality, and speculation, capturing the imagination of fans and commentators alike. Every match now carries an additional layer of intrigue. as supporters and critics alike wonder if Celtic can live up to the expectations amplified by this unprecedented public recognition. Hello, fan. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.